Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 163rd Mezco Toyz 112 Collective action figure review, this time being of the Golden Age Batman Cape Crusader edition. Now as we see, the figure comes in the standard Mezco box with a really great black and white image of Batman. And if we turn the box around, more awesome artwork of Batman. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's check out this new Batman figure from Mezco. Now for the most part, this is just a redeco of the one we've seen before, just in blue. So this is the original release right here, and this is pretty much just a redeco of this guy. And honestly, this is my preferred version of Batman in the black and gray. And I actually am not a fan of the big oval, yellow oval, so just a black bat works perfectly for me. But this looks really good, dude. I love a simple black and gray suit. The soft goods look really nice around the tights. The gloves have the nice little bat fins like that, the bat wings like that. I love how these boots come to a high point. Look really nice, very clean, very simple. Then you guys, almost like a nice vinyl, I believe it's like a vinyl bat symbol right there on the chest, and the cape looks great, man. This really nice pleather-like material just looks so good. It does have bendy wire in it, so you can pose it around and do all kinds of cool things like that. Then you do have that great head sculpt right there, which again I think looks really good. My camera could actually focus on that. There we go. So that gets a good look to it like that. That dude just has a killer jawline, you know what I mean? So, but we do get several head sculpts, which I'll show here shortly. But I think this thing looks a lot better, in my opinion, compared to this one right here. Again, but that's just me because I'm not a huge fan of the gray and blue. I'm more of the gray and black. But again, they are pretty much the exact same figure. Even coming down to like the accessories and things like that, they're all pretty much the same. Again, just in different colors. So now moving to accessories, we do of course get the circular base stand, and I love this because it's just a simple black and white. I kind of like wish they did the old black and white style figure for this. Maybe they might at some point, because that kind of reminds me of the old black and white Batmans when Mezco was kind of doing just simple black and white figures. So that's actually really cool in that old school logo. Then of course you do get the clear articulated arm as well. So we also do get a ton of interchangeable hands. We get things like closed-fisted hands and gripping hands and a little more loose palm hands and hands with the fingers more flared out and things like that for stylized posing. So that all work out. Again, they're all pretty much the exact same thing. We do get different types of Batarangs. So I would like the fact that we get two, and I'm not going to pull all these out because again, we've seen these before. You got the different Batarangs here attached to like a solid rope right here, which is really nice, or a piece of string. And then you got one that's a little more on a bendy wire, so you can pose that one around. So those are really cool as well. Again, we do get different types of Batarangs. So you got one like here and one like here. Those look all really good. I really like the shape of this one. Then you got this one too. I think this one's a really awesome one. Again, this is so hard to do with my fat fingers, man. You skinny fingered people, you don't know my plight. But this one's really cool too, and that's because this one actually does like fold and flare out if you want it to. So I think that's really cool, man. I love when the Mezco does. Oh, and I just stabbed myself really bad with that. But that's really cool. I love stuff like that. We also do get a couple cool gadgets, things like his belt communicators, his belt buckle right here, but if you turn it around, you get some like a little communicator device in that. This will fit directly on the actual belt buckle like so. So you can just take this and you're gonna just push it on there, nice and tight, and it will stay on there like that. So that's really cool. We also do get this little rebreather thing right here, and this kind of just fits over the face. It will stick. If I could stop dropping things, again, my fat fingers do not help my situation. And this is just gonna go over like the face like that. If I can do this on camera, I did it in pictures. It's mostly gonna like clip onto like the nose area, and it just does not want to participate with me right now. Oh, there you go. Did I get it? Yeah, there you go. So that looks pretty cool too. I think that's a really sweet pose. I might actually display him with that just to change it up from the blue Batman that I have. But I think that looks really cool, man. Very unique look for Batman. We also do get these two bat slings, or whatever you want to call them, ropes. I don't know what to call them, but they're like supposed to be weighted when he throws them, and the rope or what wire tangles up the bad guy, you know, when they're running away and things like that. I think it's really cool. So you get two of these, again, one with a regular actual string, and then one with more, excuse me, with a bendy wire. That's really cool. Again, to pose them however you like, which I'm always in favor for, man. You know, more options, the better. Then we also do get 5 interchangeable heads, what I think is really awesome with a lot of these figures, especially these Batman figures. Again, just so many options here. You got more like straight kind of just stoic face, angry face. The smiling face with a cowl looks really cool to me, but I also love things like that unmasked head, and the unmasked head is really cool. So if you just take off the standard head like this, just again on a simple ball peg, we also do get a separate downed cowl piece that you can just slide over the neck like that, and we'll take the unmasked head and just pop that on, and there you go. And then you can have it like the cowl's just rested back over his shoulders. I think that looks really cool too, dude. You know, again, I know not everybody is going to be into this head sculpt. It's a little weird, and to be honest, it does look a little big. I think all these heads look a tiny bit big for this buck, but the head sculpt itself does look pretty good with that, again, just gnarly jawline, those bright piercing blue eyes, the black hair. I mean, yeah, dude, I still think it looks very cool. So now let's go ahead and run the articulation down. The head is on a ball joint, so it rolls around very nicely. It does turn left and right, up and down, pivot side to side. Everything you're really going to need. Arms can go all the way up, down, up and out that far. That works out pretty good. There doesn't really seem to be much of a butterfly joint in there. Rotation in the the bicep, a double jointed elbow that works out very nicely. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We do get a double ball peg in the midsection. Lots of good motion there. That is just butter. Does rotate left and right, pivot side to side, and then crunches back and forth. Lots of good motion. Hip joints get kicked forward that far. Back, not so much. Splits out about that far. Rotation in the upper thigh. Double jointed knees that work pretty nicely. You can rotate at the boot and rotate at the gloves, but you just don't want to bunch up or mess up the fabric, so just be very careful with that. And then the feet are on ball pegs, so those roll around, rotate up and down, and a pretty sweet ankle rocker. So overall, I think this is a fun figure. Again, not going to be for everybody, especially if you already have the blue one. You know, a lot of the time Mezco just will take a certain look for Batman or a certain mold or whatever you want to call it, and just do several redecos of that. Again, that's not for everybody. I love it because I'm a giant Batman fan. And again, I've said it before, I think Mezco makes the best Batman figures, so all of them to me are awesome. And again, especially for someone like me who prefers the gray and black look, I think this piece is totally badass and a definite must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the Mezco 112 Collective Cape Crusader Batman and Reeves Superman. And to be honest guys, I can't compare him with Little Lego Bat-Bomb because I don't know where Little Lego Bat-Bomb is. He's the true hero of this channel, and I have zero clue where he is, so hopefully I didn't lose him and he pops back up soon in the next video. So there it is guys, my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Golden Age Batman Cape Crusader Edition. Now overall, if you have the blue version, you really don't need this one. Again, it's really just a redeco. I mean, unless you're some type of completist, kind of like me, you're going to want pretty much every Batman figure, and that's because I'm a diehard Batman fan, so I need them all. And again, like I've said many times, I think Mezco makes the best Batman figures. And again, if you just prefer the black and gray over the blue and gray, I think that's another good reason to pick this one up. I think the cowl and some of the head sculpts look a lot better with the black coloring. I think that looks so cool, especially with the unmasked head. I just love that look. And the accessories are exactly the same that we've seen before. They're all really great. We get some Batarangs with some string and some wire to pose it around. The cape is just as awesome as before, just this time in black. The articulation again works very well. This is such a fun figure. If this is the Batman you're looking for from this era of the comic books, I think he's super dope. Not for everyone, but for me, he is definitely a must get. So be excellent to each other and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.